Hello, everybody. This your boy El Scorpio coming at you from This and That Presents, bringing you Quake 4, and one of my favorite first-person shooter series. This is, of course, like I said, the fourth installment of the game. It is the year 2005. Yeah, it started off kind of like Transformers. No, but it came out in 2005. It was met with okay reception. I personally played it first on the Xbox 360, which came with a Quake 2 as well. So I gotta play that version. I never did play Quake 2 because my first, breakthrough of Quake was Quake 1 on the Sega Saturn, which, as we all know, Quake 1 has a whole different, setup, fantasy story than Quake 2. Now, in this one, we're playing part of Rhino Squad. We are making the offensive towards the Skrog, attacking them, trying to destroy the Nexus, and, kill the final boss. As we progress through that, we crash land, which is awesome. Kind of reminds me of Halo in that regard. When you first crash on Halo, you just crash land on the planet, got to gather your bearings, get a hold of your squad, and make moves from there. What I do like about this game is you do have NPCs that follow you. One of them could give you armor. The medic will refill your health, so it makes it a little bit easier for you to keep moving forward. Then, of course, you find armor and health on the floor. But as you progress, it's very dark, so you have a flashlight. It's a very linear game similar to Doom 3, but it's a little bit more opened. Like, we do have a turret section where you're right on the back of a little truck and you're shooting enemies down, and you have to protect your friend as he disarms mines. Then you have the tank section, and you fight a big spider robot mech that you have to go through and kill. A little bit later on in the mission, you'll fight two of them, and you get to about the halfway, a little bit more than the halfway point of the game, where you're abducted and you turn into a Strog, but they don't finish through with the process, so you're still you, but you have the benefits of being a Strog, so you're a little bit faster and you have more health, and you're able to use the Strog healing terminals to heal yourself. But what I can say about this game is it opened me up into the Quake series, made me enjoy the Quake series, made me go back and revisit Quake 3, made me go back and play Quake 2, and then replay Quake 1. And then eventually I even got Quake Enemy Territories on the Xbox 360. If I was PCing back then, I would have just bought it on PC. I believe you could still find lobbies of that game, and I did enjoy that game. It was pretty much Battlefield with Quake. But this one, as you can see, is just your standard first-person shooter, kind of generic in some areas as far as that it's very linear, very from A to B, little open section, turret section, A to B. It's not a huge sandbox, kind of like the Quake 2 was. Gave you rooms to run around, secret areas to find. This game didn't do that, but that was the fault of the engine itself. The engine wasn't designed for big, wide open space areas. It was designed more for in tight, closed, more atmospheric, visual fidelity. And that's what they provided for the time. It looked great. It was dark. It was kind of scary because there was a lot of set pieces where the Strog will kill a Marine, drag him through the door. Or you unlock a door, and then next you know, the Strog just comes up behind said Marine and slams him against the glass, and you see the glass crack before he comes and attacks you. So there's a lot of those cinematic atmosphere scenes in this game. As far as the multiplayer for this game, I haven't played it at all, not on PC. I played it once or twice on the Xbox 360, but it was only like four players, 2v2 or 4v4, something like that. It was very small, and it wasn't very fun, so I didn't play it. And this game, I believe, when I do more research on it, was more about the single player story driven experience than it was about the multiplayer, because they had Quake 3 Arena for that. And then a little bit after this, Quake Enemy Territories. So they wanted to pull, their narrative in. And it does end on a cliffhanger, which I did not like, setting up for Quake 5. And we're still waiting for Quake 5. Because Quake 2 and Quake 4 are the only ones that have a story that actually link next to each other. Quake 1, totally dark fantasy. 3, arena shooter. What was it? Quake Champions? Just, Quake 3 Arena with powers. And not as good. So we just have really Quake 2 and Quake 4 pushing this narrative along. And I do like how they link up to each other. And now with Game Pass, I can play Quake 2 again. And I can play this. And Quake 2 is the better of the two games. And now that Microsoft owns it, hopefully we could get a Quake 5. I mean, they have revived Doom. And made Doom great with 2016, Eternal, and now the Dark Ages. Might as well bring Quake 5 into the mix. And go back on this, and then even Hexen. But what I can tell you about this game, it's fun. You can find it cheap. I suggest you give it a try. This your boy El Scorpio from This and That Presents.